Teed up at the 30, and Super Bowl 30 is underway. Spins to Williams at the 11. And Kevin Williams to the sidelines and pushed out of bounds by Darren Perry at the 29-yard line. Oh, Troy Aikman and that huge offensive line take the field. Aikman's previous 2 Super Bowls producing solid numbers, over 70% completion rate, a record for the Super Bowl, and very few errors by this strong-arm quarterback who was recruited by Barry Switzer to Oklahoma, played a year there, and then eventually transferred to UCLA. Greg Lloyd has his target set, and Kevin Green, the linebacker outside, opposite Lloyd. Emmitt Smith, a Super Bowl most valuable player, left in the backfield. And the first throw to the tight end, Novacek, incomplete. Covered by Carnell Lake.
But what they were trying to do, the Cowboys were trying to put Moose Johnson out in the formation to create a hole for Jay Novacek. But Levon Kirkland saw it all the way. Carnell Lake right there, breaks on the football. Troy Aikman, if he throws it in front of Jay Novacek, could have been an interception.
Lake, who moved from his safety and all-pro spot to cornerback, Rod Woodson's injury. That was when the Steelers were 3-4, gave himself up in essence, and became a part of a terrific finish by this Pittsburgh team. 2nd and 10. The quick throw to Irvin, Michael Irvin, and he's all the way to the 50-yard line. Willie Williams trips him up. And Michael Irvin saying, I barely saw the ball, looking back into the setting sun.
Well, that sun is directly in his eyes. Now you look on the outside, you see Willie Williams covering. Look how far he gives inside. There is nobody inside to take the play. Michael Irvin, he just tucks the ball away. I really think that he didn't believe he had it because he couldn't see it.
20 yards on the play, and Deion Sanders makes his first appearance offensively. Split to the left. And Emmitt Smith's first carry. 5, 10. He's all the way to the 28-yard line. 23 yards for Smith. That's his longest run all year on a grass field.
Well, Dick, they keep talking about the size of the Cowboy line. Watch Larry Allen come over here and create the hole for Emmitt Smith. Larry Allen, a big man, just knocks Greg Lloyd right out of the hole, and the safety, Myron Bell, is not up inside to make the tackle.
Smith, who rushed for 108 yards 3 years ago and 132 yards 2 years ago in Dallas, wins. He gets the call again, and it's short yardage into the grasp of Big Joel Steed, the nose tackle of the Steelers.
Well, they always talk about Greg Lloyd. He's a great run stopper. The Cowboys' philosophy is we don't care how quick and how strong you are. Our big linemen, when they hit you, you're going to move. And right there, Larry Allen, one of the best linemen in football, he hits Greg Lloyd. Greg Lloyd cannot defend himself on those type of plays. Some would argue this man who played at Sonoma State in California is the best offensive lineman in football. 2nd down and 8. Aikman to Irvin, incomplete, hit by Lake. Irvin had it for a moment at the 10-yard line. Well, one of the reasons the Dallas Cowboys right away are attacking down the field, here's the safety. If he's in the middle, the corners are singled up, and you'll see the big hose inside for the Dallas receivers. Troy Aikman, they know this. Ernie Zampese, the offensive coordinator, sees it from up top. Good play calling. Rod Woodson, the great All-Pro, makes his first appearance. What a story. And Deion Sanders is in. It's a reverse to Williams, and he's tripped up as he crosses the 25, shy of a first down. It appeared that Chad Brown might have gotten a hand on him.
Well, one thing that's surprising me right now is Greg Lloyd is getting knocked all over the field. That time Nate Newton comes out, number 61, and makes the block again. I mean, I don't know what. I can't be footing, and I know what he's reading. Watch this. Here comes Nate Newton. Boom. They knock him outside, and he's on the ground. That's the 2nd time we've seen him down.
Paul, big offensive lineman, but also he could be nervous.
42-yard attempt by Chris Boniol, who missed only 1 all year. It's high enough, it's long enough, it is good. Nestled in the Buttes in Tempe, Arizona, Sun Devil Stadium. Team scoring first goes on to win all but 8 Super Bowl games, and Barry Switzer's team has the 3-0 lead. But Paul McGuire, it appeared that they're going to get more than 3 the way they started.
Well, you know, and it's got to be a great big lift for Pittsburgh.
Boniol, the lightest man on the field today, knocks it to Ernie Mills at the 5. Mills tripped up at the 25-yard line by David Lang. Some of the best seats for today's Super Bowl are the ones you're in. Overhead, Big One airship, bringing you all those classic shots.
You know, Dick, we were just talking about Pittsburgh, the lift they had. Here's Dallas. They look like they just went boom right down the field. They're going to score a touchdown. And I got to thinking about San Francisco a year ago, and then Pittsburgh stops them. Now, we're going to find out later on in this game, but I'm going to tell you something. It's got to give this offense a big lift for Pittsburgh.
Neil O'Donnell has had a solid postseason, although 3 interceptions to 2 touchdowns. He hands off to Eric Pegram, and Pegram for a couple. Neil O'Donnell is the last of a big family, 9 in the family, and his dad called him Soup for Super Baby, and today it's hopefully Super Bowl for O'Donnell and the Steelers. O'Donnell not always the most popular man in Pittsburgh, but they've learned to love him this year.
A run offensive last year, he exceeded and did very well in that. This year he's in a pass offense, and he's even doing better.
Slash, Cordell Stewart, the brilliant rookie from Colorado, in the slot. Pegram hit at the line of scrimmage, falls forward for a yard, and Russell Maryland makes the hit.
You know, I'm going to tell you something, Phil. For a second, this surprises me. He's excited, Russell, and he made a nice play. But this, you know, we talked to Cowher, we talked to the team, and they talked about we're going to let everything go, leave nothing left in the jar, and you come out with 2 conservative runs. I don't understand it. And besides, you've got the defense looking back into the sun.
It's a long way to go, so I don't know if I'd call it conservative yet.
They go with the 5 wideouts, the revolutionary offensive formation of the Steelers this year, with Cordell Stewart slot left. O'Donnell third and a long 6. A lot of time. The catch is made shy of the yardsticks by Andre Hastings, their big 3rd down receiver. It'll be 4th and 1.
But we saw a defensive ploy right there by the Dallas Cowboys. Instead of using 4 down linemen and 7 people behind it, they used 3 down linemen and played coverage behind it. Neil O'Donnell was not able to get anybody open past the 1st down yard marker. Good job by the Cowboys.
Ron Stark, a former Colt, the kicker, and Deion Sanders getting ready to do a dance down at the Dallas 20. Beautiful spiral off the left foot of Stark. Chases Sanders to the 16. And he's to the 25-yard line. Tackled by Lethon Flowers, the rookie from Georgia Tech. Steelers star linebacker Greg Lee. Greg Lloyd, his 5th Pro Bowl appearance this year.
Well, you look at this play here. I just catch Lloyd looking back in the backfield, Phil, and he's looking back at Emmitt Smith, which you should do.
Well, Greg Lloyd has not seen offensive linemen the size of the Dallas Cowboys with the athletic ability, too. So he'll get in rhythm right here, and he'll do a lot better job trying to stop the run.
He grew up admiring the great Steeler linebacker Jack Lambert. 1st down Cowboys leading 3-0 from their 25. Emmitt Smith goes outside, gets another good block, and a gain of 6, maybe 7 before they finally write him down. Levon Kirkland, one of the biggest linebackers in the league at 263, got a piece of him. How big are these Cowboys? The biggest in captivity. This line out of the program averaging 320 pounds, but that isn't the true story of the beef in the front 5 for Dallas, and you've already seen how the impact that they've had on smaller defenders. Emmett on 2nd and 4, and stopped after a 2-yard gain. Well, we did some extra research, and let's find out how big they really are.
You know what I like, Dick, as I watch this? Look at gentlemen they are. They eat with their mouths closed. Yeah, nice.
350 is Derek Kennard. Big old Larry Allen pretty close at 330, and Eric Williams at 330. So the average is 333 pounds per man.
Is it more, Phil? Is
that would be the minimum, I think, of all of these linemen. This is when they diet a little and make weigh in.
3rd and short. And that usually means offense full start. Derek Williams, Nate Newton both may have pulled off the line of scrimmage, as we see for the first time referee today his 2nd Super Bowl game, a Red Cashin.
Before the ball was snapped, false start, number 61, 5 yards, still 3rd down.
You know, one of the things that are surprising, we talk, you know, the Pittsburgh Steelers feel that what they have to do, you see big Nate Newton, everybody else is moving too, not just him. But the Pittsburgh Steelers say, boy, their strength is in their running game. And if you talk to the Dallas Cowboys and Troy Aikman, what does he tell you, Phil?
He says our strength is our passing game. We want you to come up and try to stop the run, single our receivers.
Rod Woodson is in, and so is Deion Sanders. In fact, Woodson matched against Sanders on the near sidelines. Aikman slips and still hits Michael Irvin. First down at the 39. Carnell Lake, another tackle for Pittsburgh.
Well, it was man coverage by the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Cowboys do a good job of spreading it out. And watch Troy Aikman. Composure, been here before. He slips, he gets up, he knows Michael Irvin is on Carnell Lake, does a good job of leading him.
Now we have Deion Sanders out there man-to-man on Woodson. Watch Woodson. He just forces him to the outside, gets his hands on him to know where you are. I think that's just decoy anyway. Especially, I mean, if Deion wants to run, he's going to run a lot faster than that.
But how about Rod Woodson? He's the first ever NFL player to have a critical knee surgery and still play in the same season. Sanders still in as Aikman on first down goes long for Sanders. Caught by Deion at the 15-yard line.
Well, Paul Willie Williams was in perfect position the whole way to make the play, but he couldn't do it. He did not time his jump or his move to the football on time. Right here, he's on the outside technique. He's really hoping to get some help deep, but the Cowboys do a good job of getting the safety out of the middle, and right there, he's just a little too quick and jumping. Deion, excellent job of catching the football.
A little afterwards, I'll dance you a little bit.
Little prime time, 47 yards on the play for Sanders. First down at the 14. Emmitt Smith to the 10-yard line.
You know, the one thing about that play, let's go back to that play to Deion. When we were talking to Troy Aikman, he was telling us about a time in practice when he threw the ball to Deion. He really didn't know how fast Deion Sanders was. So they went back and he threw the ball, I guess, 140 yards downfield. But he threw it. He said, I thought I outthrew Sanders. And he said, then he ran and he caught the ball. The thing that surprised him was when we went back to look at the practice on film, he realized that he threw it as far as he could, and Deion had to slow down when he got there. Now that's fast.
Fake to Smith. Aikman, receivers covered, and he dodges out of bounds. Ray Seals chasing Troy Aikman. And that'll be recorded as a sack. Well, 55, Paul McGuire's old number. The Cowboys inside the 20. Look at that hip movement of McGuire.
Watch this, boys. Watch it, boys. Now watch it.
Oh, that's not right. That ain't right.
What do you mean it's not right?
Because there's no way you have that much rhythm.
Well, the point is the Cowboys have scored 7 touchdowns and 11 trips inside the 20. And here's a big 3rd and 9. Leading 3-0. Aikman to Novacek, the tight end. First and goal, I believe. It's inside the 3. Flag down. But it's on the side from the linesman where Kevin Green jumped early. And Mason Lee Cashin of Texas A&M in College Station says offside Pittsburgh, and the Cowboys will take the play.
It's a first down. If they indeed is against Pittsburgh, it'll be a 1st and goal.
Offsides. Number 91 on the defense. That penalty is declined. Touchdown!
First down.
You know, you look a lot like Red, Paul.
I like that when Red Cashin came into our room on Friday and Paul said, sit down.
There you go. You know what was interesting the last time the Cowboys have done right in this game so far? Kind of crossing up the Steelers. They're spreading their offense out. We expected the Steelers to do that to the Cowboys, not vice versa.
You know, the interesting part of that spread out, they had Emmitt Smith spread out way to the other side, way out.
And Aikman with a couple of big 3rd down plays on this drive, leading 3-0. Darrell Johnston, the blocking back, fake to Smith. Wide open, Novacek, touchdown, Dallas. A Cowboy all his life. Jay Novacek, who grew up cutting horses in Gothenburg, Nebraska, was a University of Wyoming Cowboy, and now in his 11th year in the league, although he started here with the Cardinals. Now a Cowboy with that big blue star, and he's given Dallas their first touchdown of the game.
Well, it was an excellent job of the Cowboys right there, faking the run and bringing Jay Novacek all the way across the formation and just caught the Steelers in a tough defense. An easy touchdown pass for Troy Aikman.
Who did miss 2 extra points in the regular season, missed more extra points than he did field goal attempts, makes that one. So in less than 10 minutes of this Super Bowl 30, the Cowboys have racked up 10 points. Jay Novacek completing the 75-yard drive in 8 plays, and Aikman a perfect 4 for 4 and 71 of the yards through his passes.
Dion with a great catch downfield and a little dance afterwards.
Boniol to kick off. Mills is deep for the Steelers. At the 9. Almost the same, tripped up at the 27-yard line. Michael Irvin and the Cowboys with a 10-0 lead. We left for commercial with Paul McGuire uttering illegal on the touchdown play, and after this first down for the Steelers, we'll go back and take another look. They go 3 wide with Cordell Stewart slot right, and send Pigram in motion out of the backfield and throw to him incomplete.
Rushing it, just throwing.
Let's go back to the touchdown.
All right, let's, Kendall Watkins comes out, and he's a receiver. Now this is all right with Gilden right here, but when you come down the line of scrimmage, watch what he does with Olszewski. You can't purposely take that block beyond the line of scrimmage. That's on a pass play. That's illegal.
Olszewski definitely had Jay Novacek covered, but that block knocked him off.
Not seen by the officials. Only 1 penalty, a 5-yard penalty at this point. Rarely do you see the yellow flag in a Super Bowl. Both teams know that. Pigram on a draw, staggers to the 29-yard line, a gain of only a couple.
Dick, this is a brand new field. Remember, since the Fiesta Bowl, they put this new field in. And we were talking to players yesterday and the day before. They said, this field is tight. Watch this field. It's not tight. Look at Pigram. He's slipping all over. We saw Troy Aikman slip going back. This field is not solid.
3rd down and 8 for Pittsburgh as the Cowboys have dominated the opening quarter. Rod Earhart, the offensive coordinator, is setting the play to O'Donnell, 4 wide. Wide open. Ernie Mills and a first down at the 39. 10 yards, the first down for the Steelers.
Excellent job of Ernie Mills going down the field against Larry Brown.
Steelers are going no huddle here. No huddle for the Steelers.
Well, they want to get him in the switch, and they've got the Dallas Cowboys in the switch right now.
Yeah, the Dallas Cowboys only had about 8 men on the field. So Dallas has to spend a timeout. Bill Cowher. Now there is one of those plays or strategies you talked about, Paul McGuire.
Well, you only missed it by 1. They only had 9. And everybody's they're walking off the field. Well, the Steelers just decided, well, let's get up on the ball and make something happen. We knew this was coming.
Well, the no-huddle offense the Steelers want to use to confuse them. Look here, you have 4 right there. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people on the football field. I like the Steelers' chances in a situation like that, but really, they want to do this no-huddle. They're down 10-0. Why do you do it? To change the tempo of the game. Get your team excited again. Get them in it somehow, and it's a good strategy by the Steelers.
Well, what happened was, too, Dick, they had 6 defensive backs, so they got them in transition. They figure first down that they'll go back to their basic offense. Well, they're just walking guys off the field to get their basic defense back, and they couldn't.
Bam Morris is in the game for the first time, the big 240-pound running back behind O'Donnell. From the 40, it's Morris plowing his way for 6 yards.
Big boy coming in. Big boy.
Robert Jones and others to make the tackle.
My dog.
Well, it's a good job by the Steelers. They think they got to have success inside. Watch Tom Newberry come across here, a little trap, and just open up the hole for Bam Morris. Great job by Leon Searcy. Boom. Hits Robert Jones right there, and the Steelers want to run inside the tackles. They think they can push this defensive line around.
6-yard gain for Morris, who gets the call again. Tries to get outside, and Charles Haley says, no, you don't.
Dixon Edwards would have made such a great tackle, number 58, from coming inside. He's the guy that gets down below and gets the field. Watch number 58 come in. Haley goes down and closes it inside. But right behind, there's Dixon, 58, making the tackle. What a super play by the linebacker. You know, we talked to Bam the other day, and when he walked in, he's one of the guys we talked to between Dallas and Pittsburgh that I thought was truly ready to play this football game.
Third down, about 3.5 as O'Donnell out of the shotgun. Mills in motion and a toss to Stewart. And battle as he may, he's brought down at the 49. It's going to be very close to a first down. Larry Brown came up from the corner, 24, to help out on the tackle.
He's short. He's going to be short about a half a yard. And now we're going to, you know, here's where coaching comes in. Look at Bam. Bam Morris is saying, let's go. Give me the ball. Let's go. I don't want to come off this field. Give it to me. I want it.
Well, watching the Steelers right now, the coaches, they're definitely deciding if it's short what they're going to do right here.
It's a half a yard. You've got to get to almost to the 50-yard line, and that ball is just beyond the 49.
Excellent job, the defensive backs of the Dallas Cowboys right there, recognizing run and being aggressive and getting to the line of scrimmage.
They're going. I'm going to tell you, you're in the Super Bowl. When we talked about no holds barred, don't leave anything in the jar, go for it.
And Bill Cowher, the youngest coach ever to take a team to the Super Bowl. William Laird is just 38. Says go on 4th and a foot.
William what?
William Laird. His father, Laird. Mother watching back in the same house where he said, I used to watch the Super Bowl with my dad in the living room. I know right where he's sitting today, watching every play.
In the same chair?
In the same chair. Bill, remembering back the glory days of the Steelers, he said the first Super Bowl champions while he was a freshman at North Carolina State. He said, was it great to walk around and tell everyone I'm from Pittsburgh. Stewart, first down to the 49 of the Cowboys.
I mean, it's just a quarterback sneak, Dick, but I'll tell you what, good patience by Cordell Stewart, seeing where the defensive tackles were and picking the right hole. Look to the right, you see Robert Jones sneaking up there. Cordell goes to the left, nobody there. Good job.
You have said this all year long, and you'll see Cowher's reaction here. He knows it right now. They got it. But you said a quarterback sneak, a quarterback must have patience.
First invasion of Dallas territory by the Steelers, who trail 10-0. O'Donnell going deep. Well covered was Ernie Mills.
Good job of throwing it away right there. Excellent pressure by the Dallas defensive line of getting on Neil O'Donnell. Had to throw it away.
Tony Tolbert, perhaps the most underrated defender of the Cowboys, getting in on O'Donnell.
Well, look at the defensive line right here. Watch him, Neil O'Donnell, try to avoid him as he goes back right here. Russell Maryland right there. Speed rushes him, and Tony Tolbert comes up underneath free. Puts a good lick on Neil O'Donnell. That'll loosen him up.
Well, Thigpen thought he had Deion Sanders beat inside. We'll see.
Mills in motion. And it's a draw inside trap play to Bam Morris, and Morris gets only a couple. Robert Jones, middle linebacker from East Carolina, with a stop. Cordell Stewart comes in. What a year for this man. Drafted as a quarterback out of the University of Colorado. He was just working as the scout team wide receiver, and all the assistants said, hey, this guy never drops a ball. Let's inject him into our offense when they were 3-4, and part of the big comeback story for Pittsburgh.
Absolutely really changed the personality of the team. It enabled them to get into that 5 wide receiver set, and it just put enthusiasm, and it's one of the reasons why they turned the season around.
Third down 8. 10th play of this drive. O'Donnell drills it for a first down. Andre Hastings.
I'm going to tell you one thing, and I don't care about any football game that's played. If you have time, and that's what Neil O'Donnell said, if they give me time, I can throw the football. This time, watch the time he has to throw. He sits in the pocket, gets the ball to Hastings, first down. Easy.
Oh, a fumble by O'Donnell, and they no-huddle offense. They tried to come out on first down, no huddle, and it cost them big yardage. 13, the deficit on the miscue.
Well, I really can't tell right here. Oh, the ball just slips out of Dermontti Dawson's hands and goes straight up. Excellent job, though, by Neil O'Donnell getting down on it.
That's a kind Paul McGuire would call a fair catch.
I mean, that's got to be scary. You know, you're in the biggest game of your life, and the first time you've ever been here, and you're looking as a quarterback to say, wait a minute. And then Neil O'Donnell already told us about Dermontti Dawson. He said, this guy sweats like crazy, and you can see how the ball gets away from him.
What is it about centers? Derek Kennard has the same problem for Dallas. 5 wide. Spread the field. O'Donnell, good protection. Caught on the near sidelines by Corey Holiday at the 39-yard line. Holiday did not have a reception in the regular season. He's from North Carolina. Final seconds, 2 seconds show on the clock.
Right there, Neil O'Donnell, you're going to see he gets good protection right there. Look at Ernie Mills just on the inside of your screen, wide open. This 5 wide receiver set is going to give him problems somewhere
into the first quarter. The favorites from Dallas lead 10-0 as we open the second quarter. Dick Enberg with Paul McGuire and Phil Simms, and the Steelers, after the miscue on the snap, are third down and about 13 at the 39 of Dallas.
The butterfly's gone now.
Yes, now you're finally settled down and you're into the game, and really the Steelers had a nice drive.
5 wide formation. Hastings into the backfield to pick up a blitzer. He didn't, but Miles can't catch O'Donnell and throws. Almost intercepted by Larry Brown. Very similar to Brown's move against Brett Favre in the NFC Championship game to intercept along the sidelines to end Green Bay's final bid for the lead.
But what happens here? Godfrey Miles right here behind these 3 linemen. The Steelers do not account for it. Look, and they get right there. Nobody's there to block Godfrey Miles. Neil O'Donnell does a good job of getting out.
You know what I don't understand is Andre Hastings in the backfield. Why he didn't block him? He runs by Miles. He never even takes a look at him. That's his man.
Deion Sanders, first return 11 yards. He's back at the 10. Ron Stark's punt. Sanders lets it go, and it's in the end zone for the touchback. Serious drive stunted by the missed snap, and then Andre Hastings failing to pick up the blitz.
There's a guy right there. There's Godfrey Miles there, and Hastings to the right in the backfield. But watch, he just ducks his head and goes right by the blitzing linebacker. He's avoiding him right here. If he picks him up, or even if Newberry slides and picks him up, they have all the time in the world to throw the ball.
Dallas, third possession. They've scored on their first 2, and Aikman comes out throwing. Over the middle, complete to Novacek. A gain of about 4. Third catch for Novacek, one of those for a touchdown. Jay Novacek. His mother, remember a couple, 3 years ago, his mother collected aluminum cans all year long, hoping the Cowboys would go to the Super Bowl so she'd pay her own way. She didn't want her son to take care of her, so she found a way.
She should have hung around Paul.
My wife just used my credit card.
Aikman, second down, over the middle, Novacek wide open again, and he rolls ahead for 2 more yards, and a first down at the 38. Kevin Green finally downed him, 13 more yards.
Well, the one thing, when you're going to play the Dallas Cowboys, you're going to double the wide receivers. Your linebackers inside must look for Jay Novacek down the middle. Right there, Kevin Green and LeVon Kirkland. Nobody goes down the field with him. He's wide open. If Troy Aikman throws it up, he's going to run for a big gain.
Last 4 plays, all passes to Novacek, who's caught more passes than any tight end since 1990. Emmett Smith stirred. One open field tackle by the Pro Bowler Carnell Lake.
You know, Carnell Lake, they've already said, here's a guy who was so unselfish this year that moved from safety to corner. And the team asked him if he would do that. He said yes, and he's an all-pro safety. They say one of the best safeties in the game. This guy goes to the Pro Bowl this year, voted by the players as a safety, even though he played corner. But when you see him out on the outside, he doesn't miss.
And in college, he was a linebacker at UCLA, and then they made a safety out of him, and he, even though we had all the top credentials in this day where there's a lot of meism, he said, hey, for my team, I'll play corner. Aikman on 2nd and 10. Oh, the big target, Michael Irvin. He just shields the defenders away. Another first down at the 50.
Well, Dick, it's an excellent job by the Dallas Cowboys picking up a blitz right here. Watch him go inside, and the linebackers run around here, and the linemen do an excellent job. Watch Larry Allen cross. Moose Johnson picks it up, gives Troy Aikman time to throw it outside, single coverage.
Well, here's where Urban, he just blocks out. He blocks the sun out. Carnell Lake has no chance on the ball. But look where the ball was thrown. Down to the outside where you can't get to it.
Another first down. And Emmitt Smith picks up 5. Slithering through the center of the Dallas line. And when you talk about the Cowboys' regard for Emmitt Smith, those big linemen, they love to block for him because Emmitt makes such quick decisions. They tested his vision. He has the eyesight of a guy like Ted Williams. He sees things normal people don't see, and one of that, the text is the color. He breaks on color.
Yeah, Emmitt Smith says, I don't really care where they tell me to run the football. I just take it, see the hole where my guys are blocking, and take off. So that's why he's such a great cutback runner.
Second and 5. Smith with a flag down. A gain of 4 more to the 41. Let's see if it counts.
There's one other thing that he told us way back in the beginning of the year. Emmitt says to me, I've told these offensive linemen, you know, they're all 330 and better. I mean, that's the average, 333 offside the defense. But the thing that Emmitt said to his offensive linemen, look, I don't want to see your stomachs because they got some big ones. He said, when you block, you go, here's one, look at Kennard.
Yeah.
You block straight ahead. Don't you turn around.
Offside. Number 90 on the defense. 5 yards, still second out.
That's Bill Johnson. But, you know, and he said, don't turn around. Just stay with your block. Do what you have to do. And that's when that vision comes in, Dick. Now he sees if there's not a hole there, he doesn't care where it's designed to go. Just you guys stay forward. I want to see your rear ends and your names. I don't want to see your guts.
You saw Nate Newton who said, yeah, Emmitt runs to daylight. He didn't run to darkness.
Yeah.
I don't like those darkness runners to block for.
In other words, he doesn't run up the rear ends of the offensive line.
Moose Johnson, Daryl Johnson, the popular blocking back, gets rare chances to carry the ball, picks up the first down on second and short.
All right, Phil, I'm going to tell you now. When we sat there talking to Neil O'Donnell, the one thing that he said to us is this. We've got to stay with this team to at least the third quarter is to keep it close. If they get 17 points ahead of us, we're going to have a long day.
Well, it's, of course, anytime you're playing a team of this caliber, the Dallas Cowboys you fall behind. It just, you know, of course, it makes it so hard to win the football game. They would have to hurry up, and then that pass rush would be such a big factor.
Dumps it off to Smith. And Levon Kirkland drags him down. A gain of 3, maybe 4. Aikman now 9 for 11.
Well, the one thing I'm noticing already is that the Pittsburgh Steelers defensive line is getting no pressure on the quarterback. What little pressure they have gotten on Troy Aikman is with the blitz, so that is not a good sign for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Well, you saw Ray Seals that time. He never got off the line of scrimmage, number 97, and then all he did was jump up in the air. You've got to get some penetration.
Super Bowl record is 13 consecutive completions. 8 in a row now for number 8. Emmitt Smith stepping over his blocker and tripped up by Willie Williams.
Kevin Green, you know, is one of those linebackers when they talk about this guy, 91, Mr. Longhair, they said he brings it to you for 3 hours. Well, he took on Nate Newton, forced Emmitt to go to the outside, and then got help from Willie Williams and the other Pittsburgh Steelers. That was his job, not to make the tackle, but to disrupt everything.
Troy Aikman looking to the sidelines and not understanding the call, had his hands outstretched as if to say, what do you want? Smith goes out. Johnston stays in the backfield, and Deion Sanders wide right.
It's a 4th to 84.
Aikman to Johnston, and the fullback is drilled at the 28-yard line. Might be shy of the first down, depending on the mark. Myron Bell, second-year safety from Michigan State, with a solid hit.
They've got to get the ball to just inside the 27-yard line, and it depends on where they mark this baby. It doesn't look good.
Well, 4th and 1 if it isn't a first down, and of course that stirs up memories of a very down moment for that man, Barry Switzer, where he went on 2 occasions in Philadelphia deep in his own end on 4th and 1, and the Eagles stuffed Emmitt Smith on the same play both times and went on to beat Dallas on that day.
They're not showing me where the ball is. Now I got to see where the ball is.
Well, come on, Paul.
I said he didn't make it. He had to get to the inside the 27-yard line. They didn't do it. Well, I'm looking at this through all those people down there. You got to get these guys off the sideline. I'm having a tough time here.
Well, I don't think there's any question right here. Barry Switzer will go for it on 4th down, the way they're pushing the Steelers defensive line around.
And of course, Emmitt Smith re-enters the lineup. Kendall Watkins, a 200. We've already seen him blocking the end zone on the touchdown pass. He's about 280. Ron Stone over 300 pounds. They come in to bookend the line. So now we've got over a ton of beef in that white uniform Cowboy offensive line.
But Dick, the difference is that Kendall was blocking on a pass play. This time it might be a run.
This is where it applies. You have to have a gut check. Check those guts.
Well, the Steelers certainly outweighed here on 4th down and inches. Don't forget that 65 here on this end is an eligible receiver.
I gotta stay here.
Johnston, first down at the 24. The Moose brings out his callers.
They got the biggest line in the business, and then they give it to the biggest back they have. It isn't fair.
It's really kind of a change-up. You're thinking Emmett, and then they give it to Moose Johnson up the middle, and Paul, like they say, and you'll see Barry Switzer 4th and 1. There you go. Goes his way sometimes.
Well, he just sitting. I could tell you he was sitting there saying, "Please."
Well, the Cowboys have not been stopped yet. Leading 10-0. This is the 11th play of the drive, their 3rd possession. Looking long, Aikman deep. Touchdown, Michael Irvin as he fought a flag down. Carnell Lake was the defender, and they're saying Irvin got away with a push. No, flags are down.
Well, there's no question there was some pushing going on right there.
I'll tell you, the other guy that was wide open was Jay Novacek. I mean, there was no one, absolutely no one. You know, when they publicized Irvin, Phil, all year long about him pushing off, and we asked Red Cashin in the meeting the other day, are you going to take a look at it, a hard look at it? He said, we're going to call the game as we see it.
Well, there's no question. Michael Irvin right there loves to put his hands on the defender. That time he did on Carnell Lake.
Offensive pass interference. Number 88. 10 yards, still first down.
Watch Michael Irvin coming down the field. It's going to be the post. He's going to go inside. Carnell Lake. Oh, excellent job of staying patient. Cuts off the throwing lane. Michael Irvin grabs his right hand, puts it on his shoulder, and pulls him down.
Good call. Excellent call.
So first down and 20. One of the few mistakes by the Cowboys in this first half. Over the middle. Novacek open again. And he's all the way to the 15-yard line. A gain of 19 before Greg Lloyd can chase him down.
Well, you know, I said the play before, Phil, on the Irvin interference. This guy was in the end zone for a touchdown. Now they got him split out.
Well, watch Jay Novacek again. Good job of using his hands. Puts his left hand on Greg Lloyd. Gets inside, and people underestimate the speed of Jay Novacek.
And what you saw there, too, is how Aikman with defenders all around Novacek. I mean, he had a very small window, and he put it in the right pane. First down, second down and 1, and Emmitt Smith gained about a yard. It'll be close to a first down at the 14.
Well, Dick, we shouldn't be surprised by that little window, and he threw it in there. Wednesday, we got a chance to go to practice, and it was almost mesmerizing to watch Troy Aikman throw the football with such accuracy and timing. Not from sometimes, all the time in practice.
Well, you know the thing about it, too. Now, they have a 2-hour practice, and obviously he doesn't stand out there and throw the ball for 2 hours. But he's got a pretty good handle on maybe about 50 minutes or so. Well, not one ball hit the ground the other day when this guy was throwing it.
Third down, short of the first down, about a half yard. The toss to Emmitt. And they get him in the backfield. Levon Kirkland.
Boy, to me, now, I can't believe that this play was designed to go outside. I believe that it was designed to go to the inside, but they shut this thing up. Watch the pursuit and the speed of this defense. And then Levon Kirkland, probably the biggest linebacker maybe in all of professional football, about 263 pounds, gets there.
Oh, Boniel comes in for the field goal try out of Novacek's hold. It'll be a 35-yard attempt. Michael Irvin not happy. He thought touchdown taken away. It should be 17-0.
Well, watch Michael Irvin as he comes down the field right here. Look at his right hand. He gets it on Carnell Lake's shoulders right there. A good handful of jersey pulls him down. That's the reason he was able to catch the touchdown.
Rod Woodson, one of the great defenders of the 75 years in the NFL, made that celebration team, and Kevin Green trying to fire things up. The Steelers stay within 2 touchdowns thanks to the penalty against Irvin. Monyo very high on his kick. Ernie Mills at the 10. And Mills spins out across the 30-yard line to the 32, where Brock Marion makes the stop. Productive first half, but not as good as the Cowboys wanted. A couple of field goals and a touchdown out of their 3 possessions. And flying above Sun Devil Stadium this evening is the Bud 1 airship. Dick, this Bud's for you. You couldn't wait for that. This Bud's for you. You really did it well. I thought so. First down, Pittsburgh at the 32-yard line. Good protection for O'Donnell. Over the middle, incomplete. Thrown behind Yancey Thigpen. Thigpen, the leading receiver for the Steelers this year, set a record for a season with 85 catches. That went a little behind him.
Well, we've set up here, and of course we have a good view, but one thing we've said already, Neil O'Donnell is getting a little time, and the receivers are open down the field. Right there, nobody is really around Yancey Thigpen, but Neil O'Donnell throws it just a little bit too far behind him.
2 tight ends, Jonathan Hayes and Mark Bruner, bookend. Bruner in motion. Sam Morris, the ball carrier. That one was in trouble from the handoff. O'Donnell barely got out of the way.
I mean, you go first down, you throw, and you don't get anything. And then you run that play with 2 tight ends, so they're waiting on run, and you don't get anything. I mean, there's something this offense has got to take some slack from the defense and give these guys a rest.
Steelers have scored in the second quarter all season long. It's been a good period for them, including the playoffs. They've not been shut out in the second quarter, and we have only 5 minutes plus remaining today. And a 3rd and 11. Blitz. O'Donnell incomplete through the hands of Andre Hastings.
Guess who's covering downfield? The guy we haven't mentioned all day long, Leon Lett. They have a blitz. Leon Lett is the tackle, probably the biggest defensive lineman they have, and he's downfield making some coverage.
Well, Paul, look what happens. Here's Leon Lett. He's going to drop back. Watch the blitz from the top. Looking for something to Neil O'Donnell's right. He gets back there. Not a factor, but they still got pressure on Neil O'Donnell.
3 and out for the Steelers, and Ron Stark to kick off the side of his foot. Deion Sanders lets it bounce. A good Pittsburgh roll, and covered by Leaf and Flowers. And the Cowboys touch the ball. Let's see if the Steelers are ruled the possession. It appeared to touch a Cowboy leg.
Dick, it does, but I'm going to tell you what happens. They knock the player into the ball.
And it is Dallas's ball. They ruled Cowboys ball. It was touched, but apparently on a push by a Steeler.
Coming downfield. Now watch number 23. He's going to get knocked from behind. They don't see if it hits him or not. Gilden is the guy that hit him, number 92. Watch this. Does he hit? Does he get hit? Here's Gilden. No, that's Bell hitting. 40.
Even if Robert Bailey had unintentionally touched that ball, he was blocked into it, and rules state that then the receiving team does maintain possession, and so it is from the 14 after the 55-yard punt by Stark. Aikman with plenty of time, under 5 minutes remaining in this first half. Incomplete off Darrell Johnston. Let's go back to the punt.
Right here, you're going to see, right here's Robert Bailey, and watch Myron Bell come up and hit him in the back.
But it looked like
call. Yeah, it looks like he touches the ball, but I don't know. He might have, the back of his legs might have touched that football right there, but it would not matter. It still would go to the receiving team.
I mean, Aikman again. Look at this field. It's supposed to be so tight, and here's Aikman slipping down again. It's unbelievable. This field, we thought it was a lot better.
That ends a string of 10 straight completions for Aikman. Now going Smith, and he's dropped for a loss in the backfield. Greg Lloyd announces his presence.
Emmett's still down, and Emmitt Smith is hurt. Lloyd hit him while he's up limping. Here comes Lloyd down. Watch this. You talk about sacrifice your body. He goes underneath the block and gets Emmett.
Something I've noticed already. Greg Lloyd, when these big linemen are pulling out now, he is deciding to take his side, so that way he won't have to take them on because he cannot win that battle.
Very smart.
Good smart, that's right.
Third and a long 10. Deion Sanders to the left, 3 receivers to the right. Novacek has been the man in this situation. Aikman over the middle, incomplete, knocked down by Chris Oldham. And Reuben was breaking into clear had Oldham not gotten the left paw in the way.
Boy, you know where they're showing an awful lot of confidence in Rod Woodson. They're lining him up on Deion Sanders and letting him play 1-and-1, so they have the confidence. Here it comes.
Well, it's an excellent job. Look at Troy Aikman right there. Really never sees Chris Oldham. If that ball would have been down, Chris Oldham would have picked that off and probably scored a touchdown.
Right hand knocks it away, and for the first time, the Cowboys 3 and out. Andre Hastings at the 42 of Pittsburgh. First punt for John Jett. And he sends up beauty. Perfect spiral. Hastings at the 35. Gets 2 blocks, 3. Runs into his own man. And down he goes near the 50-yard line. Wooly Williams actually made the hit on Andre Hastings.
Well, he was blocking Dale Hellestray, number 70 for Dallas, and they ran into each other.
No flags on the return, and Pittsburgh, well, we'll start from the 46-yard line.
Dick, they got to light it up. They've got to do something now, Phil. One of those special plays that they have in that jar that he says we're going to empty it. They better start emptying the jar now.
3 minutes, 52 seconds remain in the opening half. 13-0 Dallas. O'Donnell. And an open thick pen, but wide and outside was O'Donnell.
Well, it was a good play call right there by the Pittsburgh Steelers and Ron Earhart, the offensive coordinator. Neil O'Donnell, the receiver's wide open. He's a little too careful with the football. Threw it outside. The receiver's not able to make the adjustment.
I mean, he talking about open. That was an 8-yard completion and would have ended up close to a first down, if not get it.
O'Donnell, who played at Maryland, recruited there by Bobby Ross. The Charger coach is 4 for 10 in this opening half. The Texan breaks down, and Charles Haley has his first sack today.
Let me just say one thing before you describe all this stuff, Phil. The reason this sack comes because of the great coverage downfield. This is a coverage sack. Haley gets credit for it, but look what happens here. There's a lot of time back in the backfield.
Well, John Jackson right there really had him in good position. John Jackson did not expect Neil O'Donnell to be so deep on your right paw. The coverage downfield was excellent. Neil O'Donnell retreats a little right into the hands of Charles Haley.
Haley shooting for his 5th Super Bowl ring. 2 of the 49ers, 2 of the Cowboys. His parents seeing their first Super Bowl game from Glass, Virginia. 3rd and 20 for O'Donnell. Underneath he goes to Hastings with some running room, and Hastings fights close to a first down. He's at the 44. It appears he's just shy.
It's 4-down territory. You've got 3 minutes to go. You've got to score. You've got to at least get on the board. They've got about a half a yard for a first down. You have to get inside the 44-yard line. They are not inside. It's going to be short about a half a yard, and that's about it.
Well, you talk about run after the catch, Phil Simms. Hastings was really determined to get to the sticks.
He was, Dick, and that was a good job by Neil O'Donnell. Staying patient. Andre Hastings was actually in the backfield that time, released underneath and just caught that ball running full speed.
Half yard. 3rd down. 4th down.
4th and inches. Here's Hastings' effort.
Well, Andre Hastings is going to make sure that they do blitz. He's going to be in the backfield to catch. But look at him right here. Watch him sneak through there. Cowboys are thinking it's going to be down the field. He catches that ball, and he is full speed right there. Here's Deion Sanders coming up trying to make the tackle. Oh,
Hey, Mike Ditka, are you watching?
Oh.
That'll take a little luster off the neon.
Yeah, that will.
I wonder if Ditka was watching that play.
This is the second 4th down where Pittsburgh has gone for it. They used Cordell Stewart on a sneak for a first down, and he's under center again.
Go right, Cordell. Go right.
He does. First down, Pittsburgh.
Well, the whole big opening is on the right-hand side.
Cordell Stewart. He has brought so much to this Pittsburgh team. That's why the nickname Slash, quarterback / receiver. And in this computer age, you can punch up some pretty impressive numbers for Slash. As a quarterback, he's 5 for 7. As a running back, average 5.7 and 14 catches. And he's even punted once for 41 yards. O'Donnell going long for Aikman. Incomplete.
Now, I'll tell you what, here's where you can have some offensive pass interference on Aikman. And that's what Dion is talking about. Aikman this time was pushing off on the way down the field.
I tell you what, Paul, if you want to throw the football down the field on Deion Sanders and these type of routes, watch here. Yancey Aikman's going to release outside. Dion has him pinned to the sideline. The only chance you have is to throw it behind the receiver where he can stop and catch on the outside shoulder.
I still think the only place to go for Deion Sanders, too, is if you're going to throw, you go inside.
Absolutely.
You throw inside of him. Don't go outside or down the field.
First time they've tested Sanders in this half. 2nd and 10. Van Ors. And the big man rumbles. First down at the 30 with 2:06. And ticking away, we come to the 2-minute timeout. Pittsburgh's best chance to score. Bill Cowher's Steelers have been outstanding the final 2 minutes of the first half. In fact, in the second quarter, last 2 minutes, they've scored 9 of their last 11 games. Bodes well for Pittsburgh. First down at the Dallas 30, trailing 13-0. Trying to find a hole off that right side. Looked like he had some running room, but Darren Smith closed the hole. Second down and 7. And a timeout call. No, there's no timeout.
No timeout. What the Steelers right here, of course you want to try to score, but also do not give the Cowboys time left on the clock where they get one more opportunity.
Tight end Rumor in motion. O'Donnell looks that throws right. Incomplete. Jonathan Hayes never had control. Covered by Dixon Edwards.
Jonathan Hayes, you got to turn your hands around the other way, Jonathan. Jonathan had his hands upside down. Watch when he throws his ball to the outside. Look at Jonathan Hayes' hands. They're down. Turn around like that. Get your hands back to the ball. Make the turn. Make the catch of the football first before you run. This is not 4-down territory either. It'll be a field goal if they don't make this first down.
O'Donnell has hit on only 1 of his last 7 throws. 3rd and 7. They go to the 5 wide with John L. Williams in the backfield. O'Donnell, quick throw, complete, but short of the first down. Ernie Mills hit right at the 20-yard line, did not penetrate, which would be required for the first down. So it's going to be inches short. Oh, what a mark!
They're getting a great mark. Oh, man!
They mark it on the 20. First down, Pittsburgh.
Now, wait a minute. It's got to be where the ball ends up. Now, this has got to be one of the greatest marks I've ever seen. Yeah, you're right. I think you're right, Barry. This baby has got to be just inside the 20 on the black line. That angle there. Look where he comes down. He's hit here. He's knocked way back.
It's not where it comes in down, Paul. It's where he catches it up in the air. Right here, you can see.
He's not behind the line.
Yeah, from that angle, it's pretty close.
Pretty close.
But a generous spot, nevertheless. You don't usually get that kind of forward progress on that play.
I'm going to tell you guys now, this is the last game this year. Don't you go questioning my eyes now.
Yeah.
Not now.
Well, it's a first down for the Steelers with a timeout and 1:05 left in this first half. And it's very apparent, even for those who don't watch a lot of football and come around at Super Bowl time, that with the recent records of the NFC domination over the AFC and the Cowboys scoring on their first 3 possessions, and it looked as if at times they might run away, that a Steeler touchdown here could make this an interesting Sunday. But if they fail to score, then perhaps we're off to another disappointing Super Bowl experience. That is the encouraging statistic for Steeler fans. First down and 10.
Charles Haley almost went into Pittsburgh huddle to say something to John Jackson. I don't know what he said, but he's lined up on him.
Cordell slotted left. Short in motion. O'Donnell is sacked by Chad Hennings. Hennings, a two-time GTE Academic All-America from the Air Force Academy, the 288-pound former pilot in the Persian Gulf crisis.
There was a little confusion, I think, inside. Right, well, Chad Hennings, all he does is just throw Tom Newberry to the side and get straight to the quarterback. Neil O'Donnell's got to be ready. Short drop. If it breaks free, the defensive lineman, throw it away.
Joe Palooka type from Elberton, Iowa. Population 150. Second down underneath the Hastings, tackled immediately. Good coverage from Robert Bailey, a former Ram.
But what you do here, the first thing you want to make sure, give yourself a chance to kick this field goal.
The Steelers will use a timeout here with the ball just outside the 23-yard line. Not only is NBC producing worldwide coverage of the Super Bowl today, we're also producing coverage of the World Wide Web. First time ever, enhance your Super Bowl experience by going online. Go interactive on this Super Bowl Sunday with Randy Cross, Jeff Hostetler. They've got Super Bowl experience. Gil Brandt, the former recruiter for the Dallas Cowboys, talent scout. It's the best online source for all of your Super Bowl action. It can only be found at superbowl.com on the World Wide Web and on the Microsoft Network. So third down and 14 is the call. The Steelers are in field goal range. And Phil Singer say here you play it fairly conservatively.
Well, I think you do. Really, Dick, I know, of course, Ron Earhart, the offensive coordinator, right here is a time where he likes to take a little shot into the end zone, spread the field, send one of the receivers down a seam, and try to get the big play for the touchdown right here. Or if you don't, just kick the field.
All right, Phil, you've been watching 5 wide. In this 5 wide set so far, who is usually open? Everybody? Somebody.
Well, somebody has been open every play, and it's usually inside. So here we have the 5 wide receivers set.
With the Stewart, the nearest receiver on the right side. O'Donnell has to hurry to the end zone. No, short but caught. What a catch by Ernie Mills. Mills, who made the brilliant reception at the end of the AFC Championship game against the Colts. And the Steelers spend their final timeout. A 17-yard play, and what a catch by this young man who played with Emmitt Smith at the University of Florida.
And you're right, you said someone's going to be wide open, and he was wide open.
There's Ernie Mills going to come across. Watch the clear out right here. Inside is where people have been coming open most of the day. Ernie Mills cuts inside. What a catch, going up high, knowing he was going to get hit when the ball was delivered to him.
Scott Case, the defender.
Oh, he gets nailed by Scott Case, but watch this catch. That ball is bobbled in the air, and he still has enough to hold on to the football. They pick up the first down. The only problem is they're running out of time. They only have 17 seconds, and they have no more timeouts.
Ball at the 6-yard line. Well, with the pass, you're 2 passes into the end zone, and if you don't make it, the field goal.
I think right here, Dick, quick passes, you have 3. But the thing about it is, Phil, is you've got to make sure that guy you're throwing to is not in a crowd. You've got to throw that baby, I would think, to the outside more so than the inside.
They stay with the 5 wide. Cheers as the Steelers threaten to make this a Super Bowl game.
Neil O'Donnell just did an excellent job of standing in there, having a little patience, and really throwing the ball in the only spot it could have been for the completion and the touchdown.
Norm Johnson adds the extra point, 13-7 Dallas.
One thing about it, I said earlier, and I think everybody knows that, if you're going to beat Deion Sanders, you beat him to the inside. You don't try to beat him outside or deep. This is where Neil O'Donnell threw this ball.
That's right. Here, let's look up top. Here's Yancey Thigpen going to run inside. Watch Deion Sanders. He's hoping for some help in the inside, but Neil O'Donnell just throws it before the help can get there.
I mean, that's just a perfect throw. You depend on a guy on the outside, and Neil O'Donnell knows that. And you got to know that you can throw the ball inside on Deion Sanders. That time, Thigpen went in. Sanders couldn't stay with him, and here it is. Watch how quick this ball is delivered inside. Even Deion is sitting inside, and he beats him.
Thigpen's first catch of this Super Bowl, a 6-yard touchdown to culminate the 54-yard Steeler drive.
Watch Deion Sanders right here. He's playing it to go outside. He wants help inside. Actually pushes the receiver before he catches it.
You know what I don't understand? I don't understand why pass interference wasn't called.
Kay Cower, a star basketball player at North Carolina State, played professional basketball. Megan at 9 knows more about football than most people who sit next to in a stadium. And Bill Cower's team has scratched back 13-7.
Well, you know, that was amazing. I mean, Deion Sanders pushes Thigpen on the way down. Again, that is normal speed. That's not slow motion. But he's pushing him. That should have been called pass interference right from the beginning.
13 seconds left in the half, and Johnson will skid one into the wedge. And finally taken by Kevin Williams on the reverse. Brock Marion, and Marion brought down at the 38-yard line with 8 seconds left in the half. Lethan Flowers makes yet another special teams tackle for Pittsburgh.
Well, that's a good call by the Cowboys right there. Now what they can do with one big completion down the field, if they can get a timeout called quick enough, they would have a chance at a long field goal.
It's, if you're on the Dallas sidelines, the way they played this half and to be ahead by only 6 points, somewhat puzzling.
Well, they had some opportunities. They're going to kneel down here. Just get out of here. That's smart.
So the final play of the half, and the Steelers give their fans a chance to cheer and the opportunity to hope. At the intermission, Dallas 13, Pittsburgh 7. The Steelers with a 54-yard drive late in the half. O'Donnell hitting Thigpen 6 yards for the touchdown to make it a game. The Steelers, as you heard Bill Cower, hoping to build off the momentum of that final scoring drive of the opening half, get the ball first to start the second half. Night has fallen in the Valley of the Sun, so we are indeed in prime time in the capital city area of Arizona. Boniol to kick it off, and Ernie Mills is deep for the Steelers. A 6-point game, and a wobbler toward the sidelines goes out of bounds. There's a big break for the Steelers. They're going to get the ball at the 40-yard line.
Huge mistake on special teams. And, you know, all they ask you to do is kick the ball down the field. All day long, they've been trying to kick the ball to the left-hand side, and they've been doing that very well. But when you do that, Dick, if you slip at all, the ball goes out of bounds because you're flirting with the sideline. Just puts the ball on the 40-yard line.
Let's compare the starting quarterbacks. Troy Aikman, only 4 hit the ground, 1 a touchdown pass. Neil O'Donnell, 9 for 17, warmed up in the second quarter, and he too with a touchdown throw, both from inside the 10-yard line. Great field position for Pittsburgh at the 40. Van Horst trying to get outside, and Tony Tolbert grabs him by the nape of the neck and waits for help, and Robert Jones is there to support. No gain.
Well, Tony Tolbert just destroys this play, gets up the field, and just ruins all the blocking the Pittsburgh Steelers have. Right here, you see him get up the field. Now, John L. Williams has to try to block him instead of going down the field and opening the hole up for Eric Pegram. Or for Bam Morris, I'm sorry.
There's Tony Tolbert. Said, boy, we watched Reggie White, the great Green Bay Packer, go off the field after losing 2 weeks ago, and he said, now I know how important this game is. Dumps it off to Bam Morris, who catches 2 passes, and he gets in the open field. He's a bowling ball to the 50-yard line.
This is something the Steelers haven't done today. Throw the ball to the back when you send everybody down the field. This time the wide receivers and tight ends go down. They clear it out. Neil O'Donnell, excellent job. Drop it off to Bam Morris. Really, the only person that has a chance to make the tackle quickly is Robert Jones.
And I guarantee you that was not by design. Because Bam almost dropped the ball, but he picked up the first down.
Caught only 8 passes all year. First down at the 50. That's the first completion to someone other than a wide receiver. Morris, big hole left side. Look at him run over tacklers. Still on his feet to the 35. Oh, my.
This whole thing starts with a good block by John L. Williams.
So watch John L. Williams come to your left here. You're just going to see him coming right there. Look at this. Boom. Dixon Edwards just clear. Darren Smith, he just knocks right out of the hole. And Bam Morris, a big man with good feet. Defensive back, do not want to see him get in the secondary.
Darren Woodson going to the Pro Bowl again. Finally made the shirt tail tackle.
That's a load.
So Morris a 10-yard reception and a 15-yard run. And this time up the middle, not much there. Russell Maryland, the first player picked in the draft of 1991.
Dick, I'm not picking on Deion. You know, he missed the tackle earlier in the game, but we asked Bam, we said, you know, if you get a shot at running the outside, you know, Deion's coming up. You afraid of him? He said, he ain't gonna tackle me. He said he's gonna get out of the way.
That's right. He said he won't even try.
He said he'll step aside and run me down and try to force me out of bounds, but he's not gonna step up.
Let him run by and then grab him from behind.
That's it.
Second down and 9. Looking for the pass at the 25-yard line. The ball was by him before he had a wink at it.
Dick, if he was looking for it, he wouldn't have caught it. I mean, that baby was gone before he even made the turn, and he slips on top of it. But that ball's too high.
Well, it is. I'll tell you what, and look at the hole Mark Bruner has right here. Neil O'Donnell just a little too pumped up early. There's a big hole right there. The formation, and watch Neil right here. He knows it. Just settle down, Neil.
Third down and 9, 5 wide for the Steelers.
Scott Case takes a shot here. He's waiting for Andre Hastings to go across the middle of the field, and when he does, he's waiting.
Well, it's a good job. The Cowboys come on a blitz inside. You're going to see both of these people come. The Steelers cannot pick it up. Scott Case knows that Neil O'Donnell has to get rid of the ball quickly. Does a good job of it.
It would be about a 51-yard field goal, so Bill Cowher, not wanting to sacrifice field position, brings in Stark, hoping he can drop it inside the 10. Deion waits. Just a little number that Deion says let go, and it turns out to be another very short kick. Cowher kick out of bounds with that kind of punt. Your former punter Paul McGuire, he didn't give his men downfield a chance.
Yeah, you aim for about the 5 or 10 yard line, and then you pick up that yardage. That's 10 more yards they have to go. You don't kick the ball in the end zone. That is dumb.
First down, Dallas. They've stopped Pittsburgh on the first drive of the second half, leading 13-7. Cowboys have it. Smith brought down in the backfield by Kevin Green and Greg Lloyd. Jim Gray is with us on the sidelines.
All right, thanks, Dick. Well, Emmitt Smith twisted his knee toward the end of the first half. He acknowledged he twisted his knee, said he went in at halftime. It does hurt him a little bit, but he says basically he's okay, should be able to fulfill here in the second half. Also, a lot of the Cowboys changed their shoes, according to Barry Switzer, because just like that last play, they're slipping a lot. Dick?
All right, thanks, Jim. A loss of a yard, second and 11. Breaking tackles to the 35 and a first down. 16 on the play.
I tell you, that is just a tremendous mistake by the Steelers. They let Michael Irvin run across the field with only a linebacker covering. Here's Greg Lloyd. You're going to see on the pass rush right here. Really gets caught in no man's land. Doesn't know whether to speed rush or power rush, so he ends up not being a factor. But look at that. They pass him off. Nobody picks him up. Michael Irvin, you must keep a guy looking at him at all times.
Good catch is 59 yards, and Emmitt, they try to get him to run outside. the Steeler defense, and it results in another negative play for Dallas. 4-yard loss. Levon Kirkland.
I said, Dick, this is the biggest linebacker in football, and he is quick. Number 99, Levon Kirkland. Watch this. The guard goes, and he comes right in behind. You're going to see him come in on this play right here. And from behind, he catches Emmitt Smith. This guy is 263 pounds and can move in that area.
Lamar, South Carolina. We asked him how small that is. He said, well, my dad is the minister, the barber, and a janitor. They call Levon a good Reverend Doctor. Second and 14 to the sidelines, and Kevin Williams has the catch at the 38-yard line in front of Willie Williams. It'll be a third down coming up for Dallas in about 7.
Well, Troy Aikman does a good job of seeing the single coverage against Carnell Lake out here, and Kevin Williams makes the cut. But watch him when he comes back for the ball. Again, a lot of the players are slipping on this field.
First catch for Kevin Williams, who had 38 on the season and really produced the last 4 games. They started to find him in the Giant win.
That's what Joe Gibbs said. Now you want to double up on Novacek and don't let him beat you.
That ball is short. It bounces to Michael Irvin. And Aikman hit as he throws as Kevin Green was in his chest.
Well, that time the Steelers just did an excellent job down the field. Watch the receivers right here. They're both people all over them. The good thing they do, look up top in the slot. They got 2 defenders looking at the receiver. Excellent job outside by Willie Williams.
So John Jett, who was forced to punt only once in the first half, in, and Andre Hastings back at the 20. Short kick, Wadler. Hastings lets it bounce, and it takes a Pittsburgh bounce. Well covered downfield by Godfrey Miles. The lights are on in Phoenix. What superb hosts the residents of the Valley have been for us. And tonight, eye in the sky coverage courtesy of the Bud 1 airship.
And Phil, this Bud is for you.
Well, thank you, Paul. That's awful nice. It's about time you gave me something.
That was a short punt for the Cowboys' John Jett of 26 yards. So the Steelers start at their 36, playing 500 ball. Neil O'Donnell, 10 for 20. Pegram breaks it down. Eric Pegram gets something out of a tough situation. A gain of about 3 to the 39. Leon Lett makes the tackle.
You know, I don't understand. I really don't. Why aren't they in 4 and 5 wide?
Well, right here, you're going to see the blitz by the Dallas Cowboys. And what they're blitzing for, they just want to stop the first down run. They suffered the last series. Pittsburgh did a good job. This time, blitz stopped the first down run and worked.
Yeah, but when they're completing 9 out of 11 when you're 4 and 5 wide, don't they see that at halftime? Don't they get those stats and understand that this is where they have to be?
Cordell Stewart enters the game, slot left. And he takes the handoff from O'Donnell. Is he going to throw? He wants to. Nobody open, so he runs it. And knocked out of bounds at the 47. He does have a first down.
And that's a legitimate hit out of bounds, folks. They're not booing that he got nailed going out of bounds. But I'm going to tell you something. Cordell Stewart, this is what he does for you. They hand him the ball. This is supposed to be thrown downfield to Thigpen, I believe. But Cordell, now watch what he does. Watch how quick he makes a decision. Now, get out.
Excellent job by John L. Williams staying with the block and giving him a chance to go down the field. And right there, it's a legal hit inbound. Scott Case makes the hit.
Yeah, 4 touches by Stewart. 3 of them produce first downs. At the 47.
Pegram, the ball carrier.
Nothing there. Darren Smith saw the play coming and held his ground.
You know, you talk about some throwaway plays in the game. Every first down I've watched so far in this game, Pittsburgh, they have throwaway plays. I mean, I don't even know why they're calling these plays.
Well, Paul, they're not having any success throwing the football on first down either. So
if they go 4 and 5 wide, they would.
Paul, in his old age, is getting very flamboyant. He likes wide open offenses now.
Well, that's what they told us they were going to do. Get out there. Spread those people out.
He reverts back to those AFL days, you know. Second and long, and Stewart again in the game in motion. Blitz on. The throw to Stewart incomplete. Scott Case is tagging him again.
Scott Case is just having a good time. He just likes to tag people. You catch the ball, you're going to get hit. That's his job.
Well, look at the blitz by the Dallas Cowboys right there. Neil O'Donnell has to get rid of it quick. Cordell Stewart just not ready for the football to come out there that fast.
You might as well catch it. You're going to get a lick anyway.
Case, who went to Oklahoma, recruited by Barry Switzer, now in his 12th year in the league. 4 wide with a back joining O'Donnell. Blitz. O'Donnell over the middle. Intercepted wide open is Larry Brown. No one near him, and Brown takes it inside the 20 to the 18.
Well, I tell you what, the Steelers do a wonderful job. They pick up the blitz perfectly. Everybody is stopped. Neil O'Donnell has time, and watch what he does.
This is Neil O'Donnell's fault.
Larry Brown really does not even cover anybody. He just stands there. Larry Brown is on the outside. Watch the receiver come down. He's wide open. Neil O'Donnell stands in there. Look at it. Larry Brown lets him go. And Neil O'Donnell panics in the pocket, thinks he's going to get hit, and that's one of the reasons why the ball gets away from him.
Look at the time he has to throw the ball. He has. Are you talking about the offensive line just did a magnificent job of picking up the blitz, and then O'Donnell throws the ball away.
You could see O'Donnell throwing while falling back, and the pass was high. First turnover of the game. The Cowboys at the 18. Aikman looking for the strike early. He finds his man inside the 2. Michael Irvin. Darren Perry chased him out at the 2.
The Steelers they do a good job of recognizing the play. They're in perfect position, but Troy Aikman just buys some time right here. Michael Irvin does a good job of just getting outside of Darren Perry, and it's an excellent throw by Troy Aikman on the run.
You know, the one thing about it, the Pittsburgh Steelers in the first half, ball kicked out of bounds to get it on the 40. They have a chance to do something downfield. They don't do it. Here they have another chance, an opportunity, and the offense twice now has given the ball back to Dallas, and that'll beat your defense in a heartbeat.
Ball just outside the 1-yard line. First and goal. Evan Smith. Second effort. Is he in? No signal yet. We're marking now. Touchdown, Dallas. Emmitt Smith's 117th career touchdown. 100 in the regular season. And 17 now postseason play.
All right, here comes Emmitt Smith. Now, this is all power. You're 2 yards out. You've got that big offensive line. Emmitt has stopped here. His continuous effort. Look at, he is turned back by Carnell Lake. And then he moves in here. He's down. That is not a touchdown. I'll tell you right now, the ball doesn't go over the goal line until after, and the whistle should have been blown.
Michael Irvin said, hey, I should have had the touchdown. You saw the pregame show. They got a little wager going. Whoever gets the most touchdowns in this game wins a sizable wager. Try for a point. And Boniol knocks it through. 20-7. Costly error by O'Donnell and an expensive souvenir for someone. Emmitt Smith, that one goes into the storage with 117 others, and he's only 26 years old. 4th career Super Bowl touchdown to tie the record. Oh, what a costly throw by O'Donnell. Boniol.
That's down the middle.
Good and high, and Mills at the 8. Returns to the 26 and flags all over. That's usually against the returning team. Red Cashin sorting it out. Flags in 2 different spots. And holding against Pittsburgh.
Brendan Stein, number 68, who was on the kickoff return team, and they kind of looked at him. I don't know if it was him or not.
During the return, holding number 54 by the receivers, 10 yards, first down and 10. That's a timeout.
Dante Jones guilty of the error. You're watching the Super Bowl on NBC. What's going through Greg Lloyd's mind? Phil Simms so close. The Steelers seem to have momentum. Then one big play.
Well, Dick, they did have momentum. Everything was kind of going their way. And the Cowboys blitz. The Steelers do an awesome job of picking it up, but they make the big mistake. Neal overthrows the receiver to Larry Brown.
And now the penalty on the kickoff return. First down at the 15 for Pittsburgh. 6.5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. O'Donnell eludes the rush, but then down he goes. A sack at the 10-yard line. Chad Hennings was there along with Hervin McCormick.
Well, sometimes as a corner in this league, you get a little lucky. Larry Brown does not even follow his receiver inside. Neil O'Donnell stands, throws it right to him. Good return.
And then they come back and they throw one to Michael Irvin. Watch him. He'll break inside on Perry, or outside. And then there's the first down. And Emmitt Smith obviously goes in to score. Well, I don't think he scores. 2nd and 14. It's the second sack for Chad Hennings in the game. Morris fights his way out to the 18-yard line, where it'll be 3rd and long. Leon Lett credited with the tackle. They didn't get part of his game plan from the Kansas City Chiefs, did they?
No, I don't think so, Paul.
I'm telling you, it's mind-boggling.
3rd down, 8. 4 wide. Almost a bad snap again. Andre Hastings dragging tacklers and may have gotten the first down with that second effort.
Excellent job by the Cowboys in the philosophy. Blitz them, making throws to the hot receiver out in the flat. In other words, Steelers cannot pick it up. You'll see the blitz coming. Neil O'Donnell does a good job of getting rid of it. Make the tackle, no first down. Andre Hastings showing his strength, gets it to first down.
That's why he's their top 3rd down receiver on the season.
No hold offense.
That's John L. Williams, and a rare carry for the veteran from Florida. In his 10th season, used primarily as a blocker and pass receiver, and the Cowboys stop him for no gain.
You're in a hurry-up offense, and if you're going to do that, and you're keeping people off the field, you better take a look at some hot receivers downfield.
They're in the nickel baits, they call it. The Cowboys 7 defensive backs. Throw to the sidelines, and nice fingertip catch by Hastings again. Ducks out of bounds at the 35, where it'll be 3rd and short 2.
You know, when you look at the stats at halftime, and then I'm going to end this whole thing about the 3, 4, and 5 wide, though, Phil. But when you look at it, everybody's got to take a look at stats because they all get them, and they see that this is effective when we're in 4 and 5 wide. Why they're even fooling around with the running game? You know, people say you have to have the running game to win. Not when your passing game is working, then you use your passing game.
4.5 minutes remain in the 3rd quarter. The Dallas Cowboys leading Pittsburgh Steelers 20-7. Super Bowl 30. 3rd down and short. Cordell Stewart. No, that's Eric Pegram, rather, with the toss. And Pegram, who played at Atlanta and once had a 1,000-yard season. That was 2 years ago. Has the first down.
Well, it's a good call here by the Steelers. They don't have to run inside. What they do, they bring the receiver down inside. Watch him. He's supposed to crack on the Shante Carver 96. He doesn't do it. Eric Pegram does a good job of changing instead of going outside, cutting back inside for a big first down.
Did you see Mills duck it out of the way?
Pegram goes to bed every night with a smile, watching his videos of Sanford and Son. O'Donnell. Oh, what a nice catch by Mills. That ball again wasn't on target, but Mills went out and got it. Brock Marion, the defender, an 8-yard gain.
I'll tell you one thing right now. They better be glad these guys have got some great hands because O'Donnell has not been on target. And we're not beating him down. It's just the fact that where he's throwing the football. This guy's open. I mean, they're throwing the ball high and wide. When you keep doing that, you're going to get something tipped and picked off.
Ernie Mills, who had a brilliant game in the thriller against the Colts in the AFC Championship. Made the big defensive play. Remember reaching in, breaking up the interception of Coria. Van Morris met in the backfield by Darren Smith, and Smith rides him down short of the first down. It'll be 3rd and 2, no gain.
Well, it's an excellent job by Darren Smith right there of seeing the draw play. You're going to see him up top. Watch him read the draw and comes up and makes the tackle.
Darren, who didn't sign, remember, he held out at the start of the season and had to work his way into shape. Probably their fastest linebacker.
They did some dealing in the offensive line, and John Jackson just misses the block. If he makes the block, Van Morris is still running with the football.
3rd and a yard and a half. Morris trying to left side, and he is stuffed. What a hit. Tony Tommy Tolbert was in on the tackle along with Brock Marion.
Well, the one bad thing about that call in that situation, you do not have a lead blocker. So if the linebacker comes free right there, there's nobody there to help the runner.
4th and no gain, so it's 1.5 yards. And Bill Cowher is going to gamble and go for it here with less than 2 minutes remaining in the 3rd.
You know why he's going for it? Because his defense is playing very well. His offense, they're struggling. They need a lift. He knows his defense is solid now.
What do you go for here? And Morris, not a chance. Not a chance. The Cowboys take over on downs.
You know, Phil, you made one of the great points just a moment ago. If you're going to run that guy up in there, you better have a lead blocker that can block somebody. When you have only one guy in the backfield and you're going to run the football, they know that he is the only guy that can get the football.
Here's that 4th down play after they were 2nd and 2, 3rd and 2, 4th and 2.
Well, look at this, Dick. You got 4 linemen, 4 people right here, all inside the tackle box. There's really no chance for Pittsburgh to pick up this 1st down. You can see right there, everybody collapses inside, nowhere to run.
So over on downs, Dallas has it at the 47 of Pittsburgh. And Emmitt Smith breaking tackles. They had him for a loss, and he leaves 5 men in his wake before Greg Lloyd can get him.
You know what amazing on that play? Ray Seals, Green, and Kirkland all have him in the backfield. Here it comes, right here. There's Seals, he misses. Here's Green pushing him into Kirkland. Kirkland misses again. And Emmitt Smith picks up 6 yards. Almost 6 yards on the play.
Man, Kevin Williams right and Michael Irvin to the left as Emmitt Smith, the lone back. Novacek in motion. Quick throw to Irvin. Almost intercepted. Greg Lloyd.
Excellent job by Greg Lloyd. He sees the quick drop by Troy Aikman. He stands right there and just looks for the quick throw. Watch him. He sees the quick drop, jumps up. Almost has it in both hands.
Is that an athletic move or what? I mean, that ball, he's just reading Troy Aikman perfectly. Look at that, hits him right in the hands.
And he had a second chance on the way down.
Yeah, when Troy Aikman throws that quick slant, that baby's humming.
3rd and a long 4. Aikman knocked away by Rod Woodson as he defended Michael Irvin. So Rod Woodson, many thought he'd never play this year, and he worked after that knee surgery after the 1st game of the season, and he made one of those typical great corner plays of his.
Well, look at Rod Woodson right here. He single coverage on the outside by Michael Irvin. A good plant, and if that ball is thrown to the outside, he's going to intercept it.
So on 4th down, John Jett
pointing to his knee.
Punt. Andre Hastings at the 10-yard line. Wow, what a kick. Beautiful spiral. It's going to go into the end zone. 21 net. Pittsburgh will start at the 20-yard line. Well, as the National Football League climaxes in this Super Bowl 30.
You know, I said one thing about field goal kickers getting $50.
Yeah.
You got 2 punters here that should get about a quarter.
Tough to please tonight, Paul.
The next punter's
You got to put the ball out of bounds and give your team a chance.
Final minute of the quarter. O'Donnell able to connect with Ernie Mills. Sidelines for a 1st down across the 30.
Do you see what Deion Sanders says? Deion Sanders, my fault. Now here's the play here. He's way off. And as Deion walks back to the huddle, he just looks at his teammates and he says, it's my fault. What a move. Outside. He's given up. The short stuff out and in, he has a tough time with. Don't try to run with him.
Pickup of 12, 20 seconds left in the quarter. Dallas leading 20-7. Good pickup on 1st down out to the 37-yard line where Shante Carver, who played here with the Sun Devils of Arizona State, makes the tackle. Dallas Cowboys trying to put their stamp on the 1990s, winning 3 Super Bowls in 4 years and winning without their beloved coach Jimmy Johnson, who was fired a year ago. Jerry Jones, the owner, hiring Barry Switzer. And Switzer is a quarter away of winning his first Super Bowl title. Neil O'Donnell second and a short 6. Van Morse up the middle. 45 to the 49. Great open field tackle by Scott Case. A gain of 12.
I mean, you're talking about some great footwork now.
Oh, absolutely. A good read here. Watch on the outside. You're going to see Shante Carver come inside. Van Morse, excellent job. Breaks outside, inside. And like we said earlier, Paul, such a big man, but light feet and quick feet enables him to make those quick reads.
I swear, when he sat down with us in a meeting, Dick, the other day, when I said to you guys out there, I said, this guy is already ready to play, and nothing's going to bother him.
First down has not been a good down for the Steelers. They're averaging 2 yards on every first down in this game. Better this time. No! Is it ruled a fumble? If it is a Pittsburgh ball at the 35. Still no official signal.
Someone's got to make a call.
Ernie Mills was drilled by Scott Case, a hitter. They're going to call it catch and fumble. First down.
Dick, he caught the pass. The big question is, did he get his feet on the ground?
You have to get both feet down, Dick, and have control of the ball. Now, here's what they're talking about. Because the official on the other side never said anything.
He gets both feet down on the catch. Watch him right here. You see Neil O'Donnell?
Here it is.
It's a catch. First down.
He did indeed get 1-2 down, and the Steelers avoid another big turnover as the ball is recovered by Mark Bruner, the rookie tight end.
Look at this hit by Scott Case. That is sensational. And then heads-up play by the tight end Bruner. They get the first down at the 35.
He was the only other black jersey downfield in a sea of white. First down at the Dallas 35. O'Donnell's second receiver is Van Morse, and Van is whistled down by Darren Woodson. That Woodson is a superb safety, 215 pounds, playing in his home city. High school star here in Phoenix.
Well, Scott Case is having a big day, hitting these receivers and runners down the field right there. Just runs through the receiver. And the Steelers, of course, very fortunate. Mark Bruner is alert and hustling on the play.
There's Case, who came to Dallas this year as an unrestricted free agent from the Atlanta Falcons.
188 pounds, and he's known around the league as a hitter.
Second down and 8. O'Donnell flushed out. There's complete to Ernie Mills. Oh, was that very nearly intercepted by Larry Brown. Brown was just a short step away from his second pick.
I'm going to tell you something right now. Throw this ball or not, I don't know, Phil, but I'm going to tell you, when he rolls this thing out, you want to talk about some velocity on the ball. Look at this baby get there. Brown wasn't as close as it looked from up here, but when you see that from the end zone, Dick, I'm going to tell you something. That ball was perfect. They're in another third down situation here.
3rd and 3. They go to the nickel Bates. Bill Bates comes in as a linebacker, defensive back. That signals 7 defensive backs on the field for the Cowboys. Spread formation. Here they come. O'Donnell. Complete to Thigpen. First down at the 21.
Boy, are they picking up the blitzes. They had a blitz on that again, and this offense is picking up and giving that man time to throw the football.
Excellent job by Neil O'Donnell picking the right side. He goes to the right with their single coverage. And you see Larry Brown, they're playing these inside routes. They know the Steelers love them on 3rd down, but they execute them so well, you can't stop it.
Pittsburgh stays in the 4 wide. O'Donnell dumps it off to John L. Williams, and John L's to the 19-yard line. A short gain. Darren Woodson, yet another tackle, and Woodson is one of the Cowboys who will be an unrestricted free agent, and he's valued as one of the top 2 or 3 safeties in the entire NFL. No huddle. Set up on an 8. O'Donnell to the end zone, incomplete. Cordell Stewart covered by Woodson.
Darren Woodson had his hands all over Cordell Stewart down the field. The Cowboys come on another blitz, and the Steelers pick it up. Watch, Darren Woodson has Cordell Stewart one-on-one. Neil O'Donnell looks right, comes back left. Slightly overthrown.
So very close to Neil O'Donnell. Just a little too far outside.
Yeah, but now you're looking at a 3rd and 8. And you know, when you're down by 13, I don't see 4 down here. I still see kick the field goal because it still puts you within 10.
The Steelers in what would appear to be a must-score position. A touchdown would pull them within 6. A field goal would make it very difficult. Charles Haley returns. 3rd and 8 from the 19-yard line. 10th play of the drive. Shotgun O'Donnell. Stored in motion. Good protection. Now it breaks down, and Haley has another sack. His 2nd today.
Yeah, but I'll tell you, the guy that should have gotten the sack is old Russell Maryland. Russell Maryland was flying inside, and he's the guy that gets the first shot. Haley's going to end up with the sack. But number 67, he comes in now. Here comes Haley. Look at him. There he is. Russell Maryland is there. Haley doesn't get really good.
No, wait, Tony Tolbert was the man who finally wrapped him up. So Tolbert with the 4th Dallas sack today, and that makes this a tougher chance for Johnson. 46 yards for the veteran. Sark to hold. Plenty of leg. Johnson connects from 46. Onside kick. And it's covered by the Steelers. Dion Figures picks it up, and it's Pittsburgh's ball at the 50-yard line.
Well, we were alerted to this, Dick, before the game, and right there, Dixon Edwards was already taken off before the ball was kicked. That's where the weakness was, and the Steelers had the courage to call it in this situation, and it was executed perfectly.
That's a case of the other man on that outside leaving too soon. I mean, here comes Dion Figures, and watch this. He knows it's coming. He sees it. He reads the ball. And the most important thing now, I got to get it. Boy, it bounces right on his hip. And I'll tell you what, you can pick it up. Oh, that was beautiful.
You cannot advance
No,
it.
you can't
It's marked at the 47-yard line of Pittsburgh. That's a 12th onside kick in Super Bowl history, and only the 4th time successfully. Successful is the pass to Hastings, and then 1st down at the Dallas 41.
Here comes the onside kick again, folks. So you understand, I mean, look at this ball. And Figures, it hits it right on the hip. There's absolutely nobody out there. But we knew that they were going to try it.
They wanted to do it in the first half off a scoring play, but it didn't have a chance. Pass is high again, and what a catch by Hastings. The receivers for Neil O'Donnell have been brilliant.
Fantastic is the word. Brilliant, Dick, you're right. You see him up in the slot right there. Andre Hastings goes high, catches the ball on the 2nd try.
Something about that number 88 in a black uniform, Lynn Swan. 82 was, of course, John Stallworth, and they're the top 2 receivers here. Hastings and Thigpen, and this is Ernie Mills.
Thigpen's hurt. That's Ernie Mills. Ernie Mills got whacked that time by Larry Brown. But they've been hooking up perfectly on all of these plays, and now it seems O'Donnell has settled down. And it took 3 quarters and a little more just to do it.
But, you know, there haven't been many passes that have been below the shoulders of his receivers.
No, not many. You're right, Dick. Here's a good look at Larry Brown coming up, making the hit, and he hits him in the back of the head.
And that left knee got twisted underneath. And, of course, an injury to one of the Steelers punishes them in that 4 and 5 wide. We'll take a timeout with 10:16 left in the 4th. Ernie Mills with his 8th catch, but the injured knee as they attend to him. Ball at the 22-yard line. Another big effort from Mills, who was the leading touchdown man of the receivers of the Steelers, had 8 touchdown catches, and Emmitt Smith, his teammate at the University of Florida, was one of the first men on the field to make sure Ernie was okay. 2nd and 2. Steelers trail 20-10. 10 minutes left in the 4th period. O'Donnell to Van Loris, and Loris has the 1st down at the 17.
So much for the blowout, boys. Now we got the football game is on. I mean, the onside kick was terrific, but I'll tell you something right now. This team is now fired up offensively. And all you need is one little spark to do that. And once that puts it in perspective, the defense, they know they're holding them. The offense now, they're getting off the ball.
At the 17-yard line, Cordell Stewart to the left in the slot. Thigpen wide left. Hastings wide right. Morris in motion. Morris had to lose his forward momentum to come back and get the ball, so he didn't have that charge going upfield.
You know, he's a tough man to break down, Bam Morris. Not only does he catch the ball and he gets hit, but watch Scott Case at the end of this, baby. He jumps on his back and he still can't get him down. Here it is. He checks off on the outside, hits Bam Morris. Brown comes up and hits. So watch Scott Case on top. He's going to ride him a little bit. Nothing.
Ball at the 11, a gain of 6 on the play. 8:50 remaining, and O'Donnell almost perfect the last 2 drives. Looks to the end zone, throws underneath, complete to Thigpen, drilled it down at the 5, it hangs on. Dixon Edwards almost dislodged his shoulders from his hips, and he did not let the ball go.
What can you say about these wide receivers? Watch Yancey Thigpen. He's coming all the way across the field right here. Neil O'Donnell hangs in there and throws it in tight coverage. And what a hit by Dixon Edwards.
Edwards just drops his shoulder. Watch his shoulder hit him right here. He'll drop it and bam! That's how you hit that big bag, Jack.
First and goal at the 5. This is to the 2-yard line. Dixon Edwards makes another tackle. It was Morris who scored the winning touchdown against the Colts in the AFC Championship. And like another man named Bam, remember Sam Bam Cunningham had the same nickname. They're best down inside that 2-yard line. You figure he'll get it.
All right, they're bringing some big lumps in now. They got Parrish is in there, and he reported. So obviously 79, James Parrish will be on the line of scrimmage. But if you're going to keep Bam in there and give him the ball, they're doing the right thing now. Now they got John L. Williams up in there with him.
Second and goal. Morris with 71 yards rushing to lead all ball carriers. Gets the handoff. Breaks his tackle. Touchdown, or is it? They haven't marked it yet. No, they mark it down at the 1-foot line. Very much like the Emmitt Smith play. The official on the far side waiting and waiting, and then this time marking it.
Paul, when you're a big running back like Bam Morris is, you cannot tackle him high. Right there, you saw Dixon Edwards get a chance, goes high.
That's a touchdown. The ball had broken the plane of the goal line, but no touchdown call.
I would give it to him one more time.
Nose of the ball tickles the goal line on 3rd and goal. Morris.
Man, was that beautiful. Did you see John L. Williams' block on the outside?
Pittsburgh Steelers and young Bill Cowher down 20-7 in this 4th quarter. Kick a field goal and then execute the onside kick, and that leads to Bam Morris's touchdown. This to pull the Steelers to within 3. It's 20-17.
Well, it all started with the onside kick. This is what's turned this game around for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Right here, look up top. There is Dixon Edwards taking off before the ball is kicked, and the Steelers do an excellent job of executing.
And then Yancey Thigpen. How about this clutch reception under punishment?
Well, these receivers are tough. They're used to blocking down the field last year for the running game. Now they're making the catches down the field.
And then John L. Williams seals the corner, and Bam Morris walks in.
That block that time by John L. Williams on Miles, Godfrey Miles, was just beautiful. And look at Bill Cowher. Yeah, 1 point.
Kay Cowher, daughter Megan, leading the cheers. And O'Donnell, who has had an up and down afternoon. Thank you. Thank you. 5 for 5 on the drive. And plenty of time. 6:36 left. A field goal game. And the Steeler defense in this second half has been very stingy.
You know where Dixon Edwards is now? He may be offside.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
he could be across the 40. You think he's going anywhere? Now he's up right hugging that 40-yard line. You're not going anywhere, son.
They're not going to try it again, would you think?
No. But that was a great kick by Norm Johnson. You know, he had to hit that ball just perfectly.
Boy, does he hit this one deep. Kevin Williams bobbles, picks it up at the 8. And he's in trouble now at the 12. The Steeler fans on their feet. Fred McAfee makes the tackle, and Dallas will start from the 12.
Well, we've had a chance to do 6 Steeler football games this year, and one thing we have learned, regardless of how the game goes, they will fight from start to finish, and that's what we have seen in the second half.
Norm Johnson has played a major part. A long field goal, 46 yards, and the onside kick execution.
Dick, I told you at the beginning, these guys believe that they're in a straight fight, and they know what they have to do. And when you tell the Pittsburgh Steelers they can't do something, you told the wrong team.
You see how the Pittsburgh Steelers defense has shut down the Dallas offense. Aikman to throw from deep in his own end into Kevin Williams. Ducks under a tackle, and he's all the way to the 34. What a big play for the Cowboys. 22 yards.
You know, Kevin Green moved outside and was sitting on Williams. And watch what he does. He lets him inside. You've got to keep him from going inside.
It's the cardinal sin for a linebacker to go out on a receiver in the slot like that and let him go inside. Once he goes inside, the safety, Myron Bell, cannot get up there quick enough to help out.
What a good throw. Under 6 minutes to play. Dallas by 3. And Smith stopped at the 35-yard line. And Emmett, one of the men figured to be the big star in this Super Bowl 30, has been shackled in this game. Very little yardage.
Dick, they're stopping the running game now. They're not standing up there trying to play these guys, these big offensive linemen man-to-man. They're using their speed, moving around, and the Cowboys just can't get enough helmet and equipment on them.
Last 11 carries, 6 yards. As you see, Irvin McCormick being taken back for some medical attention. Backup defensive end for Dallas. 2nd and 9. Aikman blitz. Falls at the 25. The sack by Kirkland. LeVon Kirkland.
Let me say one thing about LeVon Kirkland. When he walked into us the other day, and I said to LeVon, and we always talk about the unsung hero of this defense. They talk about Lloyd, they talk about Green, but you better start talking about 99, because look at that. Over the blocker and knocks Aikman back. But we asked him, we said, you know, LeVon, how do you feel about taking a back seat? He said, I don't care. I know my role, and that's his role right there. Get him.
Boy, Aikman jolted like he took a right cross, got on his heels and stumbles, an 8-yard loss, 3rd and 17. Aikman down the middle, incomplete. Kevin Williams wants interference as he went down at the 45. No flag. Pittsburgh is held.
He was slipping.
He was slipping, and he got tripped up, I think, with Rod Woodson in his feet. No, is it Woodson? Is it Carnell Lake? Watch this. He goes to the inside. He's slipping. That's a good play. There's no pass interference there.
Little hand check from Carnell Lake. If you're a Dallas fan, you'd think there was contact. So into punt is John Jett. 4.5 minutes to play. Andre Hastings at the 32-yard line. Beautiful spiral. Hastings backpedals to the 25. 30. And down at the 33. 48-yard punt. 8 on the return. Barry Switzer's Cowboys led early 13-0. 20-7 their lead after 3 periods. But Pittsburgh has scored 10 points in this final quarter, and the Steelers have the ball with 4 minutes 15 seconds remaining, and they'll start from their own 32-yard line. A quiet game for Troy Aikman and his star running back Emmitt Smith. Neil O'Donnell. Ernie Mills is out for the rest of the game after 8 catches with a knee injury. 4 wide. O'Donnell in trouble and just gets that away. Incomplete. In and out of the hands of Andre Hastings. Boy, it looked as if Tony Tolbert was going to take the ball right out of O'Donnell's hand from behind.
Hastings looking up at the scoreboard because you can see the instant replay, and he knows catch the ball first, then run with the football.
He knew you're right, Paul. He knew he was wide open trying to catch it and run, and just a little too quick, took his eyes off the football.
Now the pressure on the Dallas defense. O'Donnell with a big second half. 4 linemen and 7 defensive backs. Blitz on. O'Donnell intercepted, and Larry Brown has a shot at a touchdown. Brown knocked out of bounds by John L. Williams. And Brown again, not even near the play. The ball thrown right to him.
But what happened is they blitzed again. The Dallas Cowboys. The Steelers pick it up, and Larry Brown just stands there. Watch this coming at you. You're going to see the blitz. The Cowboys pick it up. Neil O'Donnell throws it quick outside. The receiver does not adjust the route. Larry Brown with 2 interceptions. He just stood there, both of them thrown right at him.
Out of bounds at the 6-yard line. John L. Williams saved the touchdown. And now the Steelers.
Well, the Steelers are not out. They got to hold him to a field goal right here.
That's what Cowher said. He said to his team, field goal, field goal, field goal. His touchdown, it puts it out of perspective. But there's twice. Now, you don't know who didn't make the adjustment. Was it receiver or was it Neil O'Donnell on that play?
Emmitt Smith lines up deep. Smith inside the 5 to the 4-yard line. Joel Steed, the nose tackle, 300-pounder from Colorado, makes the stop.
You know, you sit down here and you know that Emmitt's going to get the ball, and you're sitting back in there. You know, but this is the ideal situation for the Dallas Cowboys to throw the football. Pittsburgh Steelers take their second timeout of this half.
So they stop the clock at 3:47. That leaves them with only 1 timeout plus the 2-minute warning.
Well, I don't know whose fault it was on that interception. The receiver was supposed to change his route, but the one thing I know is the Steelers pick it up. They pick up the blitz, and that tells me they had the right call on it, so the receiver shouldn't adjust. Watch here. You're going to see these 2 blitzers come outside. Watch the back, John L. Williams, come over here. The receiver never adjusts his route. Watch Larry Brown at the top of your screen. He just watches the quarterback the whole time.
And if Neil O'Donnell really did not have to throw the ball that quick, had he waited and thrown downfield, it would have been a touchdown.
So Larry Brown, if ever was that old adage, the right man in the right place, Brown almost camping out as if he said, you know, I think there'll be an interception thrown about here. And in Larry Brown's behalf, what a year for him. Earlier this season, the very lowest of points, his 10-year-old son, Christopher, born prematurely, passed away. He missed a game, came back. So a year with heavy hearts, and here on Super Bowl 30 day, maybe the highest of emotions for him. 2 big interceptions for Brown. 2nd and goal. Touchdown. Have led to 2 Emmitt Smith touchdown blasts.
Emmitt Smith behind that offensive line, that is just awesome. You know, he gets down there to that goal line. I mean, he just makes a living getting into the end zone. I mean, just some outstanding blocking by the offense. You look at Kevin Green saying, you know, a couple of interceptions, and we'd be ahead in this ball game.
14 points of the 27 if this extra point is good, and it is. 27-17. Emmitt Smith held only 49 yards rushing today, but 2 touchdowns.
Well, this touchdown, Derek Kennard and Larry Allen, the center and the right guard, Watch them here push the Steelers off the line of scrimmage, and then Darryl Johnson does a good job of kicking it out. Emmitt Smith gets to the half-yard line, pushes his way into the end zone.
The story after the 2 interceptions, it took Dallas only 2 plays to score each time as Larry Brown positioned them deep in Pittsburgh territory with his picks. Well, there's a man who might well get a considerable number of votes for the most valuable player in this game, even though there was nothing spectacular about his interceptions, but he played his position right.
Oh, yes, there was something spectacular, Dick. 14 points came off of those interceptions.
And when you think back to those interceptions, the Cowboys were gambling. They were blitzing, hoping the Steelers would run something short. That's the reason why he just stood there. They were like playing a zone, expecting a quick route. The Steelers didn't adjust, but Neil O'Donnell both times to the wrong spot.
Well, that's hard for him to say that. And to have a quarterback through the wrong spot. You had some hesitation in there.
Yeah.
Well, the Steelers have lost their deep return man on kickoff, so Fred McAfee fills the role played by Ernie Mills out with a knee injury. Mills kick high toward the far sidelines. McAfee. Dives out to the 24-yard line. Shotgun with Hastings in motion to help on a blitz if there is one. Now O'Donnell to Hastings. Breaks out at the tackle. Still on his feet. What an effort by Andre Hastings. Here's he has a first down at the 34. Clock running, 3:20 left.
They got to stay in the hurry-up offense now. It's not like Buffalo uses it. What they do is they just know huddle, but they don't go as fast as the Buffalo Bills have gone in the past.
Complete to Yancey Thigpen. No, it's Corey Holiday. He's in because of the injury to Mills. Holiday, free agent pick a year ago out of the University of North Carolina.
Take your time. There's still plenty of time because it doesn't matter how quick you score. It's all going to hinge on getting another onside kick. So just be patient and make the plays that are given to you.
2nd and 1 for O'Donnell. Lots of time. Leon Lett chases him out. Flags are down in the secondary. And finally O'Donnell throws it away. Stops the clock with 2:34 remaining.
Well, I'll tell you what. Robert Bailey, number 23, is running at the official.
Illegal chuck downfield beyond the 5 yards against.
It was said, Dallas. Yeah, but Bailey is the one that went running.
Illegal contact. Number 40 on the defense. 5 yards. First down.
That's Bill Bates, but Bailey, he was downfield grabbing on John L, and he thought that maybe it was on him. Here's Bill Bates right in the middle. They come across, and yeah, that's holding. That's holding.
Another shotgun from the 49. 2:34 left in the game. Underneath to Hastings, his 10th catch of the game. Trying to get out of bounds, saves some time by ducking out at the 45-yard line of Dallas. Looking back on the 2 turnovers, both interceptions by O'Donnell, the irony is that Aikman and O'Donnell were one of the best in the league in not throwing interceptions, and O'Donnell is the best career passer in the history of the NFL in least interceptions thrown.
And both times Dickey got caught in that what we call that no man's land as a quarterback. He didn't know whether to hold on it because he knew the blitz was picked up or not. And both times he made the wrong decision.
2:28 left. 2nd down and 4. Quick throw incomplete to Hastings, who's had a big day. In fact, he's just a catch away from tying the Super Bowl record for most catches, which is 11, I believe. Jerry Rice. And Dan Ross, the former Cincinnati Bengal tight end, had 11 catches.
The only problem with that whole play, it wasn't a first down anyway, even if he had caught it.
And he's in bounds.
Yeah, that's probably the best thing that happened to him, that he dropped the football.
3rd and 4.
10 catches, 98 yards for Hastings.
O'Donnell has thrown 43 times, 27 complete for 234 yards. 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Up, dumps it off to Williams. Williams tackled at the 40-yard line. First down. 2:17, 2:16. Steelers will try to get off a play before the 2-minute warning. See if O'Donnell just grounds it.
Well, I wonder if he sees the game clock. He might be just looking at the 24-second mark.
He gets a play off. And goes deep downfield for Stewart. Incomplete, and Dion was there. And the 2-minute warning. Dallas owner Jerry Jones already conducting his press conference. Never one bashful from those who
look at this.
And it's apparently
getting some money. Jerry never could get enough.
Oh, he's just going to autograph. Is that
how come when I sign autographs it's like $1? That's a $100 bill he just signed over.
Do you want us to explain that to you, why you only did that?
Meanwhile, 1:58 remaining, and Dallas calls time here. Well, the Deion Sanders, prime time. We've had a camera on him throughout. Not a lot of spectacular plays, but he is a prime time guy. And you know, play a little football. Of course, last 2 years, Major League Baseball with the Atlanta Braves. Then you go to the 49ers, and then the Cincinnati Reds, Giants, and then to the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, that's a quick change artist, you know?
Yeah, you know, I like what Deion said. When baseball season's going on, football go to training camp, the players do, and preseason starts, and he says, you know, my baseball average just continuously keeps the drop.
Yeah, his batting average. But, well, you know, when we talked to him, if there was a year that he's really thinking about, you know, not playing baseball, I think it's this year. He and Charles Haley are just playing around on the field. But, you know, if they win the Super Bowl here, and he loves his football team, is what he said, I think there's a very good possibility that he'll give up baseball because he only makes $1 million a year.
He says that everybody in the league has been to the Bahamas except me. I've never had a vacation. His wife's worried, though, I'd be around the house too much. I don't play baseball. Second and 10 for O'Donnell. Underneath and complete. John L. Williams. Third and 10. Total. Well, the Cowboys have 4 sacks, and O'Donnell, at least the feeling one gets watching this game is that he has been a hurried quarterback, and 2 of those hurries have led to huge interceptions.
You know, when you see a quarterback and they're blitzing and you throw the ball, we're not beating him down, but when you see him throw the ball as quick as he does, that shows lack of confidence in your offensive line as far as I'm concerned. This offensive line has done a pretty good job today. They've held up very well, especially against the blitz.
Needs 10 to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Intercepted as that went through Andre Hastings' hands. Incomplete. That would have been a first down. Now it's 4th and 10, and O'Donnell took a hit as he threw.
Yeah, Neil O'Donnell does a good job of stepping up, and right here you're going to see the hit, and he gets his right leg caught up under him.
Chad Hennings with a blindside hit.
Well, you know, I'm sorry, Dick, but it looked like Chad Hennings fell on his leg, on his ankle, and that's what hurt him because he was moving forward when he hit the ground. Chad Hennings' leg fell on his.
Well, here it is, 4th and 10. O'Donnell needs to get 10 or this game is over. Dallas would take it at the 40. Owner Jerry Jones sees his Cowboy defense hold on downs. There's a lot of pressure on the owner in this season.
Yeah, that's right.
He made a very unpopular choice a year ago, firing Jimmy Johnson.
You know, there was another case on that 4th down play. Phil, he had 2 guys wide open on the field to throw the ball to and could not find either one of them.
Troy Aikman said it's not been a totally happy season. There's been a lot of internal strife. You asked him about it. He said it'd take 4 hours to explain. But you've read the things that a lot of nipping and nagging behind the scenes in Dallas.
You know, I asked him, I said, just tell me your relations with Barry Switzer. I mean, if you can, if you would like to. And he said, strictly professional.
They're setting up Barry.
Uh-oh, is, Larry. Be alert.
You've got to get somebody to hold him so that he's distracted.
Oh, he sees it. When you're around the Cowboys, a lot of the players are big fans of his. The one thing they enjoy and like, it's different from Jimmy Johnson. He gives them freedom, and we sense that in practice. You see how spirited they are. And Michael Irvin and Deion Sanders. You have to think sometimes that Barry Switzer is the perfect coach for those type of players.
Yeah, Deion Sanders and Switzer both have new 21-foot boats that go 85 miles an hour. What was it that Barry said? Deion's never been in anything but a 14-foot flat boat with a bucket of crickets. What's he going to do? He said, I'll tell you one thing I'm going to do. If I see him in this boat, I'm getting out of mine. Well, that's a nice show, and it was true after the NFC Championship game. The affection of players who were not happy when Johnson left, hugging their coach Switzer to say, hey, it's okay now. This is a new era.
Well, I guess we're told that Larry Brown is the most valuable player, and he's the one that's holding Switzer up, getting ready for the Gatorade.
Yeah.
Larry said, let me get out of here, man.
Larry's got to do a better job of acting. You know, he's got to turn Barry away from those guys so they can get him.
So Larry Brown, a long shot to even make it in this league. Brown was a 12th round pick, a late 320th player selected in the draft of 1991 out of Texas Christian. Grew up in Los Angeles, admiring Marcus Allen and Lester Hayes. Another kneel down, and we're in the final minute. And before the Oakland game this year, Brown losing his 10-month-old son. Well, the Steelers, true to their promise, battled hard. It'll be a game replayed and replayed. 2 interceptions, obviously the huge difference.
Dick, that they had, you look at this game, the Steelers had many chances to make big plays, to win the football game, but in 2 crucial moments, that's what it comes down to, making a play under pressure. Both times they failed to do that.
You know, I think the game really, not so much the interceptions, yeah, that cost you the ball game, but I'll tell you 2 situations that I think that turned this game around for Pittsburgh was when they got the ball in the second half of the game, and they, on the 40-yard line, on the kick out of bounds, they didn't capitalize there. Then they got the ball back again and did not capitalize again twice in a row. To me, that was where the interception came in. But I'm going to tell you something. They had, I agree with Phil totally, they had so many opportunities to win this football game and never took advantage of them.
But the Dallas Cowboys, again, are the Super Bowl champions, and let's not overlook the fact they perhaps did not play the game they thought they would, as you see some of the frustration, Rod Woodson, but they were good enough to win. And now on 4th and 18, we'll punt it to Andre Hastings, who stands at the 25. Only 13 seconds remain. Jet, but can't get there in time, and Hastings will let it kick back, and touchdown by Dallas with 3 seconds remaining. Time for a final Pittsburgh play. So the NFC will reign supreme again. 12 straight victories for the National Conference. And the frustration is not just in Pittsburgh, but every team that plays in the American Football Conference. It's painful. I mean, they hurt most of all.
At least you got to say the gap is closing. I mean, we saw today that the Steelers and the AFC are capable of playing with the team from the NFC. And like we said, they had many chances to win the game, but they didn't come up in the situations when they were tough.
You know, and the one thing, the onside kick that we knew was going to be coming sometime during the ballgame, and we also thought it might have been on the opening kickoff of the game, but they didn't want to take a chance. But, you know, and they take that, and then they go down and score with it, which puts them in the ballgame. And then another crucial interception that knocks them back out of the ballgame again. You just can't keep overcoming those odds in a big game.
And the perhaps least likely of stars, Larry Brown, will be the most valuable player, only the second defensive back to win that honor in a Super Bowl. Miami's Jake Scott. There's the other. Last play. O'Donnell heaves it as far as he can. And the Cowboys come down with the interception. And it is Brock Marion. Final score. 27, Pittsburgh 17. Pete Rozelle trophy after the late commissioner who watched the game in Southern California. Said his favorite Super Bowl was the 35-31 Pittsburgh win over Dallas, Super Bowl 13 in terms of the excitement. And this one, it appeared for a while, about 5 minutes left in the game, that we might be headed toward a possible overtime until Larry Brown made the second of his interceptions.
It's one of those things, we sat here for 2 weeks and you kept listening to the things where the Pittsburgh Steelers really didn't have a chance to play in the game. And it just shows, you said something in the beginning about the 2 weeks, that you have to prepare, and it benefits the better football team.
Absolutely.
And in this case, it really did. I mean, the Dallas Cowboys, obviously, they were the better football team. But again, the Pittsburgh Steelers has had enough opportunities and just did not take advantage of them.
Vince Lombardi trophy going to the winning Dallas Cowboys, who have now equaled the 5-1 by the San Francisco 49ers. And of course, those two teams battling throughout the course of the year for that supreme position and regarded as the two best in the NFL. And there were times where Dallas felt they would not have all the advantages of being home. Number one seed. It appeared the 49ers were in command.
Well, think about it. 2 weeks ago in the season, how it turns around for them. They get home field advantage. They were worried about playing Detroit in the playoffs. That doesn't happen. They get Philadelphia. They match up well against them. Green Bay beats San Francisco. I mean, Dallas, they were scared to play the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl. They didn't think they matched up well. The Steelers, a team they thought they matched up well against, comes in.
Charles Haley, by the way, 5 Super Bowl rings. Haley becomes the first to have one finger and the thumb. His father seeing his first Super Bowl game, afraid to fly, so finally coaxed to come out here to Phoenix and see his son win number 5. Father George among those cheering. So Deion Sanders wins back-to-back Super Bowl rings with 2 different teams. 27-17. Dallas, the champions again.
This NFL Films production has been brought to you by NFL Network. Watch the National Football League 24 hours a day on NFL Network.